Back again for another video. Clear my throat a little bit. All right, there we go. So, got my dog with me today. Is that right, Moose? Yeah. Rolling out today, huh? But anyway, so don't mind him. He's gonna be part of the video. But I wanted to talk about something real quick. I wanted to talk about this whole idea that Kendra brought up. I just got done watching BGS's video. I was actually there for the live stream that Kendra put up. In that stream, she was talking about the dysfunctional view of how women see how women see men. Basically, how they see them in tiers. They base their in how they see themselves. They see themselves as being categorized based on the men's selection from the top tier and down. So they're looking at it from a top-down perspective, and then they're putting themselves in the area that they fit in. Well, and by this, they are creating a situation when it comes to the men and their desires, because like it was also stated cleanly and frankly by Kendra and BGS, these women turn their nose up at men who are less than what they believe they are worth. This is where their whole notion of I am worth something, or I'm worth more than that, comes from. This whole notion of what a woman is worth is based off of what she see what the going market rate is for a certain kind of woman, meaning the exchange rate for what she can get versus what other women have gotten. And if she views any of those women as being lower than her, then the men, or any of the women that she sees getting certain type of men, let's say, I'll give an example. Let's say she's a woman who makes, I don't know, $25,000 a year, and she has a decent body, a little bit chubby, a little bit overweight. Let's say she's about 5'6", probably 160, 180, somewhere around there. Black female, decently attractive, shoulder length hair, the standard. And she sees who is a good example? She sees it, and this even happens within the hood. She sees a woman who is straight up thought, who has a decent body, who may be a little bit more fair skinned than she is, and makes no money at all. This is where that idea. This is also the root of colorism, because women believe that they should get a certain thing based off of what their standard of beauty is in their mind, based off of well, I wouldn't say what their standard of beauty is based off of what they believe, but based off of what they see the going market rate, exchange rate is for the type of man that they believe they should be able to get based on how they see themselves. The whole colorism debate is nothing more than a argument to try to manipulate what the market is doing. It's artificial. It's an artificial thing. It's no different than me saying, hey, I have this product, but let's say I have a product of toothbrushes, and my product is a blue toothbrush, and the other product is doing way better than mine, is a red toothbrush. Is no more than me making an argument of why the red toothbrush is bad when they both do the same exact thing. It's just that the market just has a preference for red toothbrushes, and I just got to suck it up and get in where I fit in, or whatever. But the argument that I'm making is nothing more than a argument based on my ideological views to enhance my ability to sell my product. That's pretty much the basis of, okay, can you back up? Back. That's basically the marketing scheme that certain women are using when it comes to the colorism debate. But anyway, let's go back to this topic. Putting men in certain tiers. Men, you are in charge of what tier you fall in. That's the solution. That's the solution to this. Because Kanye West is Kanye West. Sure, women are going to group you into a certain type of man based off of the similar things you do within this capitalist society, and based off of how much money you get. But there's a solution to that. There's a way to scapegoat this whole system, and it goes back to the program. That's why I made that video, because the program is pretty much the social norm and social acceptance that you're expected to adhere to play their game. When you create your own program, you also, the key to creating your own program is to start with yourself. You can't have software just appear out of nowhere. The software has to start in a medium, and it has to be able to be reproduced so that it is able to be uploaded to a system. This is how it works. So you have to start with yourself and cultivate your own program. And when doing so, make sure that your program looks nothing like the rest of the programs out there, or you'll be grouped right into the rest of the operating systems. That's how this works. That's the key to around this. If you have a specific kind of masculinity, cultivate that, because that'll set you apart from the rest of the men. When you have it goes back to the whole idea, you don't have to be the best of everything at everything to get a woman. Just be the best at what you do. So that defeats hypergamy. Hypergamy can be your best friend depending on how you do things. Back up, holy smokes. But that is how you that's how you defeat the program. You come up with your own program that is nothing like any other program out there. This is part of the imprint. This is how you do this. I've done this a few times with women. Though I was still lacking in the maturity of my software. It didn't have what it needed in order to stick hard enough. Which I'm still cultivating to this day. I don't think any man will ever be at the pinnacle of where he could be when it comes to cultivating his ability to imprint a woman. But that's how you defeat it. That's simply how you defeat it. You do not adhere to the standards of society. You create your own principles and you create your own rules to specifically be completely different, maybe a little bit similar, but completely different than what the social norms are. This is the reason why, if you listen to Grinch, he says all the time, you know, I wear the adornment of the matriarchal male, and that's the certain look, with the tattoos, etc. He cloaked himself in this, and therefore he attracts certain kinds of women. But little do they know that he's a male version of Black Widow. He doesn't see any reason to adhere to the matriarchy, even though he looks like he is of the matriarchy. This is the reason why certain women that approach him because he looks like he is part of the program that they are used to. How you once again imprint a woman is you have to have something similar but stronger than what her programming already is. Meaning that you can operate in a capitalist society, but have a unorthodox way compared to society of how to live your life in principle. That's exactly how you get rid of this problem. The problem is that these women are grouping y'all based on how you adhere to the system. That's pretty much what it boils down to. They are grouping you based on how you adhere to the matriarchy. This is the reason why, from top to bottom, from the highest paid male within a capitalist society when it comes to the social norm is a beta, and the lowest capitalistic male in a society when it comes to the matriarchy is a beta. No one ever wonders why that is. That's because they're all part of the fucking matriarchy. How you stand out is not to be a part of the matriarchy. You have to have your own set of principles that are rooted hard within your own core, so that you have the ability to impart some principles on a woman based on who you are as a man. And your masculinity is the intensity that pushes that. Your principles are your static. Or I'll put it this way. Let's look at it in an electrical form. Your principles are your voltage. Your masculinity is your amperage. That's how this works. But anyway, if you guys want me to elaborate on it more, leave another video or leave a comment down below. If you want to have a conversation about it, cool. We can do that too. But that's pretty much how it works. Do not adhere to the matriarchal standards, and you will not be held to the matriarchal standards. And if you are held by the matriarchal standards, this is not the woman that you want anyway. If she is programmed so hard that you cannot break her from the programming, nothing you can do will stop that programming, unless you have an ability that I don't, which some men do. But anyways, this has been the Wolf and Beta Close. May you have a good day, and peace be with you.